Hello everybody. Today's quick tip is the repair of a little spring. This spring is from the final drive of a Huskee lawn tractor, and the end has snapped off. So to do this repair, I'm going to use a propane torch. You really only need a way to heat this spring and a pair of pliers to pull on it. I have a few other tools, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. The iron will not really get hot enough to burn you if you keep your hands a fair distance away. Here you can see I'm just a few inches away, and iron is a very poor conductor of heat, so it won't travel up the spring and burn me, though be aware that the spring is like a pipe, and the flame, hot gases, etc. will rise up the center of that pipe. So if your hand is covering the end, you can get a nasty burn just by the flame that comes through the spring. But the iron itself will stay cool enough that you can handle it for the duration of this little repair. The main confusion that I see around springs is that people are worried about the temper of the spring, and while it is true that heating it up like this destroys the temper, it won't appreciably affect the operation of the spring. It's perfectly fine to heat up an end like this, reform it. And the main thing you want to do is to let it cool slowly. Don't try to quench it in water. Cool it off rapidly. That could cause it to become brittle. So having formed the end up, I'm just going to sort of heat everything again and then lay it here on my little anvil and just let it cool naturally in the air, in still air. So we don't even really want to breeze, just let it cool in the still air. This is known as normalizing in some circles. And there we go, just set it there. Perfect time to clean up the tools that we made mess with. And before you know it, it'll be nice and cool. I often find little springs like this easier to file off. Instead of cutting it with a hacksaw, I just file right through it. I have to file the end anyway, and it only takes a few more strokes to just cut through with a file. So there we go. There's the end of that spring. And it goes on this Huskee lawn tractor here. Now when I did my visual inspection, I noticed that the bracket that this spring hangs in has become excessively worn to the point where it's very sharp. And so that's likely what caused this failure. Just the bracket making a groove in the spring, and then the vibration causing that thin area to snap off. So once I finish this job up, I'll get it back into the shop and likely put a little shoulder bolt in there to relieve that sharp edge. Once we get everything back together here, should be off to the races. Thanks for watching.